11-year-old Orphan escaped from a sinking ship and survived. In 1961, a little girl was found adrift at sea. She was noticed near the Bahamas by a freight carrier. The girl was drifting on a cork raft, barely clinging on to life. Decades later, she revealed the terrible truth. All of her family had been murdered. The girl's name was Terry Jo Duperrault. She was 11. Her family decided to set off on a trip. They rented a 60-foot yacht to take them all around the Bahamas. Their full-time captain was the well-trained Julian Harvey. The voyage began on November 8, 1961. Captain Harvey had brought his wife along for the ride. He planned to murder her and throw her overboard. Then he would report his wife lost at sea. Months earlier, Harvey had taken out an insurance policy on her. Now he was trying to cash in. Harvey's previous wife died in a car accident which he survived. He also received insurance money for his sunk yacht and powerboat. For the first 4 days, the family trip went well. They snorkeled and enjoyed the beaches of Sandy Point. On the evening of November 12th, Terry Jo decided to go to bed early. A few hours later, she woke up to her brothers screaming. Harvey was attempting to kill his wife. Terry Jo's father saw the entire altercation and tried to help her. Harvey ended up killing them both. The rest of the family witnessed the crime, so Harvey went on to kill them all. Then Terry Jo emerged from her cabin. She saw her family lying in a pool of blood. Harvey pushed her back down into the cabin. Then the cabin started to fill up with water. Confused and terrified, Terry Jo left the cabin. Harvey gave her a rope to hold onto. Then he went forward to get a knife to kill her. Terry Jo immediately dropped the lift raft rope, sending it out to sea. Harvey dove in after the lift raft and left her alone on a sinking ship. Terry Jo found the cork lift raft and jumped onto it. She was traumatized and shocked. The nights almost froze her to death. The daytime left her skin severely burned. Terry Jo was dehydrated and starving. An aircraft flew right over her, but they didn't notice the little girl on the raft. The elements were causing Terry Jo to hallucinate. Then the crew of Captain Theo rescued her. The girl had a fever and was unconscious. One of the crew members snapped a photo of her upon rescue. This photo was reprinted by almost every news outlet. Harvey was found on his float, along with the dead body of Terry Jo's 7-year-old sister. He claimed that a storm had caused a fire, which eventually capsized the boat. He said he'd tried to save the child, but failed. His story didn't match Terry Jo's account of the events. Before the police could act, Harvey had taken his life. Terry Jo went back to Wisconsin and lived with her aunt and 3 cousins. Over 20 years went by before she spoke of the horror she survived. She opened up to a few friends. Then, she decided to co-author a book detailing her account. It is titled Alone, Orphaned on the Ocean. The book was finally published in 2010